Hey guys, this is OddOneGaming. This is going to be another Dragonheir Silent Gods video. In today's video, we're gonna go over the Fateless Ltd event, and we're gonna look over the hero, we're gonna look over the shop and everything that's happening to see what's worth doing and what not. So let's get into this one. Now, before I jump into the video, as always, I want to mention that if you want to support me as a content creator, you can use the code that says over there, OddOne at the top. In order to do that, they reintroduced it in the game. It's on this page. At the bottom, you see bonus events. You click on that one, and then you're going to see that you're going to have the link to content creators and claim rewards. So by clicking this one, you're going to get to this page. You're going to have to log in to the account, or it should already be logged in. Then you're going to put over here code OddOne, as you see at the top with capital O's, and you're going to get this instantly. After that, make sure you DM me on Discord, because I have hundreds of promo codes available that are going to give you more War Marrow, Hero Light Dice, Starlight Dice Gold, and lots of goodies. So make sure you do that, and I appreciate the support. But now let's check this one out. So we have the Shattered Sorrow event that is still going on for another like 9 days. This started yesterday. Actually, I was just really busy this weekend, lots happening, so I couldn't do a video yesterday, but I'm gonna go over it today. Now, the first thing that we see that's really cool in this one is the fact that we get 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 3 day 7. That's a total of 10 free hero lights, right? So it's a good thing. You start off by getting lots of free stuff. The next one's gonna be the story over here, which I kind of like, rushed to do it yesterday in case there was something to do as a daily fight. But that's not the case. So you can do this at your own pace. If you don't have the time to do it as soon as possible, don't worry, you can do it a little bit later. Then, next one that we see over here is the Golden Jade Summons, which is the limited summons. Once you click it, it's going to show you that you get to this page, and it's kind of the same way as we have the Dungeons & Dragons collaboration events, where you can get yourself, some epics. You have a 0.5% chance to actually get Naro as a hero, but there's no daily, right? It's not like at 70 you're guaranteed to get a legendary. So again, same thing as the Dungeon Dragon collaboration. The only thing that you have kind of like a pity is the Lotus seals. So once you hit 9 summons, you're guaranteed to get the 30 Lotus seals on the 10th summon. So that's the only thing you can get, right? You can see over here, and then obviously kind of looks like all the epics and all the rares. So I don't know if I would suggest people going crazy over him, but we're gonna look at his kit and we're gonna look at the inspirations as well to see. Obviously, if you're someone that's a Kraken and you're a collector, you want to get everything to max, you're gonna go YOLO. Even if you don't get copies of him, you're gonna get more of these Lotuses. So that's the second thing. Then if we look at the third thing, we have the Jade Lotus shop, right? Exclusive artifact. Over here, you can get more copies of Naro, then you can get the exclusive artifact, then some pages and, some other leftover stuff. Now, when it comes to Naro, you are guaranteed to get one, right? Let me show you exactly what I mean. We're going to come back to the shop, but the last one over here that you see, Splendor Mysteria, get limited hero. Every single day, there's going to be one of these that will open, which honestly, it's not like, you don't have to, I'm not sure exactly what this has to do with the element, because you can use whatever you want, right? You throw whatever your best team is over here to do the tower defense mode, and then you're good to go, right? Just beat this, and you have kind of like a limit of not dropping. I don't know. There's a certain amount that you can pass, but you should be able to do it because it's everybody's level 100. But do keep in mind it's a normalized mode, right? Doesn't matter what gear you have on them, so just try and get, I guess, your best damage dealers in here. And maybe get ones that have some pairings, because the elemental affinity pairing does matter in this. So once you do that, you're going to get the rewards at the end. You're going to see that, like I said, there's 6 of these. You can do one every single day. Day 1 was the poison one, I guess. Then day 2, we have necrosis, 3, 4, 5. And, you can see over here at the bottom that they give the same rewards, right? Every single time you beat this, you get 20 Lotus seals. You get yourself 80 War Marrow, and then we also get a Scholar Scroll. I don't know why, I disappeared. I just moved myself too much out of the way. But this is the reward. So if you calculate, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You get 120 Lotus seals for free, right? Just straight up 120. And then once you beat all of them, you're gonna get Naro, right? We all get Naro for free. Like I mentioned in the previous videos, it was confirmed. Well, this is the full-on confirmation that we all get him for free. Now, I guess let's have a look at his kit, and let's have a look then after that at the artifact. So he's going to be fire element, and then he counts as a support. That's pretty good, honestly, because the fire element doesn't have that many good support. So that's something that's worth keeping in mind first of all. Then if you look at his aura, it's a massive aura. Increases ally max HP by 30% in all battles. This is huge. Like, I cannot think of other people, like, you know, maybe there's very few that have HP in all battles by 30%, so this is massive. This is really good to have. Then if you check his passive, Ether Shade, when the hero inflicts a debuff on an enemy, also inflicts Empyrean Treads on the target for 5 seconds. And what this one does, it makes the target unable to move when taking damage for the first time, so the target takes additional 80% fire damage and has a 100% chance of being inflicted with 10% damage penalty. Just straight up, reduces damage dealt by 10%. So this is really good damage mitigation, and that one's gonna be on for 5 seconds. Then if we look at his battle skill, slides forward, dealing 320% attack damage to enemies in the path. With A, once you skill it up, it should be a 100% chance of inflicting healing prohibition for 5 seconds. Again, healing prohibition is not as common of a debuff, so having this is going to be really important and really helpful, especially again from a fire element. And also the fact that it's a 100% chance to land and it's on the battle skill can be really helpful. Then when we look at the ultimate, deals damage full board, right? Everybody on the board to all enemies, 75%, again goes up to 100% chance of inflicting attack penalty for 10 seconds. Also grants 25% targets max HP healing. So it doesn't matter how much HP he has, it matters on the targets that he heals. This is a massive heal, right? It's a quarter of their HP full heal with an attack penalty, with a full board hit. It sounds really powerful, right? For a support, this is really powerful because, again, it brings you good debuff in the attack penalty, it brings you good healing. It also brings you this healing prohibition when you need, plus the extra damage mitigation. Just all in all, it's a perfect kit, right? I love it. It's not like, you know, top tier is like not the number one in the game, right? But straight after, I guess, the next best thing in the game for like damage dealers or whatever, Naro is gonna be awesome, right? I believe everybody is gonna be benefiting from him, and I'm quite sure we're gonna have lots of places where we're gonna use him. May it be in dungeon teams, arena, endgame boss, whatever. I think Naro's gonna be perfect for that. Now let's check his inspiration. So the first one gives him reduces damage taken by 20% when under control. Sounds pretty good. Second one, upon being hit by an enemy, reduces the hero's damage taken from that enemy by 1% up to 15 stacks. So after he gets hit 15 times, he straight up gets 15% damage reduction. You pair this with the 10% damage reduction that he does from his passive, that's 25% damage reduction. So that's gonna be a ton. Then number 3 gives him 30 skill haste, 4th inspiration, 30% more HP. And then the 5th one ignores the target's resistance when inflicting debuffs or control effects on them with the ultimate skill. So for example, again, if you want to be a Kraken and go crazy and get lots of copies for him, if you get this one, especially for boss fights where you don't need a healing prohibition, that's going to be really good because you can ignore the accuracy requirements, right? This should work really good. Now, the only question or the only thing that I'm thinking about is I'm not sure if I can inflict the Empyrean Treads once you have the I5 without having accuracy or not. But all in all, it's a really powerful kit. Now let's look at the artifact. So Lotus Grace gives us HP and accuracy, which is perfect because accuracy is needed, obviously, like I said, unless you have him Inspired 5 and you know, you don't care about anything else, then you're gonna need accuracy because he lands lots of debuffs from passive, battle skill, and ultimate. And then the effect is, when equipped by Naro, this is the first thing that's really important to keep in mind. This is going to be an artifact that you can use on anybody. Same way that we had the Divine Ascetic artifact that you can use on anybody to get the stats, right? You're not going to get the extra bonus, like same thing for the Kui Crown, right? The Divine Ascetic is the exclusive one. You still get the accuracy, you still get the attack and crit rate from that one. You just don't get the effect because that's specific to Divine Ascetic. Same thing over here. It does say when equipped by Naro, grants the following effects. Dealing damage to an enemy with Empyrean Treads refreshes that Empyrean Treads duration. So you see that the Empyrean Treads can only be landed like we read on the passive, but by having this means you should pretty much be able to keep the Empyrean Treads on all the time. So all the time the targets will be doing that 10% less damage, which can be really powerful when you're trying to min-max some stuff. Also, for each enemy hit by the battle skill movement, I guess by the battle skill, you know, him moving around, the hero sees 5% max HP healing. This can trigger 3 times per spell casting, right? So if there's something that I guess can be cast several times, you can only times, because it doesn't say per wave or per round, it's just per spell casting. So I'm not sure exactly what this one means, but still, the fact that it gives us the accuracy, it gives us the HP, and then can make us have that Empyrean Treads being kept on for, you know, an unlimited amount of time, I think it's perfect. I think everybody should be getting it, right? From my point of view, everybody should try and get this artifact because we get him for free. So we're just gonna need to get ourselves another 120 Lotus Seals, because like I showed you with the challenges over here, you get 120 for free, and then we need to get 120 more from the summons. And honestly, if we look at this, right, we need we get 30 guaranteed, 30 every 10, so that's the equivalent of 40 summons. But honestly, you can get more of these being dropped, so it might be that you just pull 20, 30, and then that's it, you get the artifact. And after that, I personally believe you should not be worrying about buying anything else in the shop unless you have some stuff left over. So from my point of view, this is a really cool event. Naro is going to be amazing for the fire element to have such a powerful support that gives good healing, that gives attack penalty, that gives more, you know, attack penalty, more damage mitigation from his Empyrean Tread, like I mentioned. So I do believe he's going to be powerful. I'm curious, you know what? I'm curious if he's going to be stronger than an Adolphus, for example, once we get to the end game. Because, okay, Adolphus brings massive shields and he can use the, what's it called? The chest, the Aurelium vest. That's going to be really good. But maybe Naro with the staff, he could be a good enough healer because he also brings attack penalty. I don't know. I guess once we get there, definitely going to test it and see how he does. But the reality is we get him for free and might as well get his exclusive artifact because I don't think he's going to come back around, right? So you definitely don't want to miss on it because of the fact that it's a limited time thing, right? It's a limited time thing. I don't see it coming back, but you know what? Even if it does come back in the future, he's going to be powerful. He's going to be powerful as a support for fire and whatever the pairing is going to be. So definitely worth doing it and not missing it. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. Are you going to go and get the artifact, or are you just going to get the free stuff that it gives us and then move on with your day? But yeah, I guess we're going to leave it at this for now. Thank you for watching. As always, if you do enjoy my content, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel to see when I upload next. Again, don't forget to support me as a content creator using code OddOne if you want to do so. And then, you know, jump in my Discord, DM me so I can give you some more promo codes. And I guess I'm going to see you on the next one. Peace, love, take care, everyone. Bye, guys.